In this video, we will see how the application is managed through different phases of software development lifecycle using Chef Habitat. In the next few videos, we would be going through the different phases of the application development lifecycle. To start with, we will understand what is a planning phase and what do we do in it. When we have planned, we will go ahead and build our application according to the plan. The build package is ready, then we go ahead and deploy it to any of the standard environments. And once the deployment is successful, we will make sure that the application is running and we manage it well. So in the first phase, which is the planning phase, we would use Chef Habitat Studio. Chef Habitat Studio is a self-contained, minimal, clean environment in which we can develop, build, and package our software. Studio allows us to interactively build on our developer's workstation itself. We can also build on continuous integration server using Habitat Studio. Build engineers no longer need any unique or difficult to maintain worker nodes for continuous integration servers. With Habitat Studio, we can create a habitat plan for our application. Like we can specify the language and the editor we want to use. We can define the application using Chef Habitat Plan to create an immutable artifact as the output. And we can even test our plan and application using Studio. We can build and iteratively quickly make changes and test if needed. The center of the Habitat Plan is creation of the plan.sh file in which we write all the information needed for building an application, starting with what all dependencies are there for the application, the runtime environment binaries, the packaging, the licensing details. While planning, we also define how will the package be built and how the Habitat service will behave when the supervisor starts and manages the child processes inside the package. So let's create a Habitat plan. We would start with Habitat plan init command, which would create a plan.sh. And we define some basic variables like package name, the origin of our Habitat builder, the version of the software, in case the maintainer's name, any licenses, we would specify that as well. And then we go ahead and start the build and define the runtime dependencies as well. We would define how do we want to build and what would be the runtime dependencies for our application. In the next step, we define the complete build logic. And then we proceed with adding any configuration files or dependencies which are there, like any specific port number, the application name, any specific site details. All those configurations can be updated in the default file. Then finally, we can add some hooks and then we do a build and deploy. So this is the complete process of building a Habitat plan. We go via several steps, starting with defining specific variables, some runtime dependencies, the logic, how do we build, the configurations, any hooks we want to provide. And then finally, when our plan is ready, we execute that, build and deploy the application. So in the next video, we would learn how to build sample Node.js application using Chef Habitat Builder. See you then.